That was crazy, right? Lydia almost died like 4 times. Oh. Oh. Wow. Humbling. War is humbling, man. Oh my. Wow. That was a crazy battle. That was different than the other ones. That was crazy. Lydia, you are nuts. You went to town. How many kills did you get, girl?
More ready.
And what blade did you end up using? Yeah, she's still using ready. Whatever, I don't care. That was crazy, man. That was ridiculous. How long was that fight? That was like a 4.5, 5 minutes of non-stop battle. That was crazy. Whoa. Okay. That was fun. That was definitely fun. So wow, we won. We took over this fort. We slaughtered all these Imperials. This what seemed like a never-ending flow of archers and attackers. And we finally, wow, Lydia friggin' ripped it up. She kicked ass and took names, huh? I didn't do too bad myself. I knocked about 20 people off of different walls or with stagger bolts. I didn't miss too many either. Not even close up. I was in the heat of battle. Oh man. I can't wait to watch that back. I can't wait to watch that back. That was so much fun to play through. Alright. Okay, enough gloating. Okay, let's consider what's next. I guess there's nothing for... Yeah, once again, report back to Galmar, I guess.
I'll fight the entire Legion myself if they dare show their faces here.
Wow. So yeah, these guys had some stuff. Was there any kind of like... Was there a commander, I wonder? Ooh, an amulet, nice. Oh, a lot of these guys have amulets. Not bad. Spoils of war and all that. So let's take a look around real quick. What exactly did we capture here? Fort Stendar? Sandar? Fort Sungard. Fort Sungard is ours. It belongs to the Stormcloaks now. It's pretty defensible, as we learned, to our pain. Yeah, plenty of high ground here. This large stone fortress, situated on the ridge of mountains overlooking whatever reach this is. And now the Stormcloaks hold it. You can see them in the bodies of the dead defenders. Those who struggled in vain to stand against the storming tide.
We'll show those faithless dogs who the...
You know what? We did take the outside. Maybe we should just check inside to make sure we've completed the objective and everything.
I've never been more ready.
Oh wow, this is their armory, I guess. Doesn't seem like there's anyone in here. Oh, nice. So that's steel and iron ingots. Yeah, this was their armory, definitely. Nothing all that good, but that's okay. Orcish bow. Okay, so the inside is clear as well. And the fort is ours. So the only thing left to do is go back, once again, to Galmar Stonefist. And report our success. No, not this time? Where this time? Okay. What's... Report to Ulfric Stormcloak. Okay, so now we report to him. Alright. Having taken the fort for the cause, we'll return once again to speak to Ulfric.
disrespect the law, you disrespect.
Palace of Kings. The seat of Jarl Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of the East March. By the way,
Stormcloaks are finding victory across the land.
how much is the house
I'm
here?
not much of a strategist, but Lord Ulfric listens to my counsel all the same.
12,000 gold, forget that. Oh right. There were some murders that we stumbled across. Yorleaf, yes. Well, now that we're a trusted lieutenant, maybe he'll just let us look into this. I've heard about these murders.
These are difficult times indeed, when men stalk their brethren like beasts. My men are stretched thin as it is. If you offer your aid, I gladly accept. The guards will be told to assist you as necessary. I'm happy to lend a hand as much as I can as well.
Huh, well I failed something there, I don't know why. Anyway, here's the Jarl, here's who we came to speak with.
Now that the Empire has been driven from the Reach, we can put a stop to the raping of her silver mines. That silver belongs in Skyrim. Multitudes of our enemies are buried in an avalanche of pain and retribution, delivered by your hands. I shall call you Snowhammer now. You show great passion for battle, and compassion for those we fight for. You are becoming indispensable to our cause. We do what we do out of love for our brothers and sisters. Here, take this as a token of such love reciprocated.
Elven shield, nice. Well, what's next, my Jarl?
You'll need it in Hjalmarch. There's much to be done.
Understood.
For Skyrim.
Okay, so the liberation of the Reach is complete. Let's take a look at our journal here. Liberation of Skyrim. Let's make it the big font. So we liberated Falkreath Hold. Then we liberated the Reach. Now it's time to march forward into Hjalmarch. But I think before we do that, first of all, how did I fail that other thing? What was that thing called? Well, I failed it, whatever it was. But in any case, I can meet the people of Eastmarch, aka the people of Windhelm, and maybe help them out a little bit and learn more about this place, and maybe become the Thane before I travel forth to Hjalmarch, so that I am secure in my position here in Ulfric's court. So I think maybe that's a good idea. I think maybe we'll take some time to explore the city of Windhelm. We fought the battle for Fort Sungard, and it was a woeful battle. A dread and fell battle full of
Spare a coin
blood
for
and
a
mayhem.
Poor old woman. It's so good to see you again.
Here, have a gold piece.
Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
Gift of charity
Divine
added.
smile on a charitable soul.
What is that? Fortified persuasion. Speechcraft increased 10 points.
A
Nice.
divine smile on a charitable soul.
So there's a hint right there, everybody. If anytime you're in a city and you're meeting people, talk to a beggar first and tip him a piece of gold, and you'll have better results than everybody you speak to after that. So let's see where we are here. What time is it? It's 3 p.m. Okay, that's a good time. Temple of Talos. Let's go in here. See if anybody in here needs help.
You know
Jorah.
about Talos? He founded the Empire.
I do.
To receive the blessing of Talos, you have only to pray at the altar.
Tell me, Jorah, are the people of Windhelm devout?
Like anyone, a crisis will push them towards devotion. I've been seeing a lot of the Shatter Shields since they lost their daughter. Hilevi Cruelseat comes in a lot, but I haven't seen her husband here in years. Ulfric prays for strength. I speak to Captain Lonelygale, but he doesn't spend much time here. Too busy.
Oh, you're pretty gossipy for a priestess.
Blessings of Arkay be upon you.
I thought this was a shrine of Talos. Whatever. She's making it up as she goes along. It's probably a thief. Ooh, here we go. Someone interesting. Lortheim.
I've spent my life serving Talos. I don't plan to stop now, no matter what the Empire says. Talos created the Empire.
Wow, so they really don't have very much back here. But there is quite a few books. Let's take a look.
The way I see it,
Oh.
Ulfric's fighting a holy war.
Guys, this is an incredible book. This is one of the, like, I consider this to be like
Someday
a core
all
lore
of
book.
Skyrim will worship Talos openly, as we do here.
Amulet of Kings, Children's Annuet, Adrian Daedra.
Yes?
Sweet Mother. Okay. But seriously, the monomyth, this is such a critical piece of lore. To understand it, we can't steal it, but we can read it. To understanding the conflict that's currently going on in Skyrim. Okay. This is a little deep, but I'll try and explain. It's not that long either. I'll try and explain it. In Mundus, conflict and disparity are what bring change, and change is the most sacred of the elven forces. Change is the force without focus or origin. It's a quote from Egnithir, who held the title of Terate in the Sigic Order. Mundus is the mortal plane. It includes the world Nirn, on which the continent Tamriel sits, which is made up of various provinces, one of which is Skyrim. Well, let's continue. Simply put, the schism in the human Aldmeri worldview is the mortal's relationship to the divine. Humans take the humble path that they were created by the immortal forces, while the Aldmer claim descent from them. It doesn't seem like much, but it is a distinction that colors the rest of their diverging mythologies. All Tamrielic religions begin the same. Man or mare, things begin with the dualism of Anu and his other. These twin forces go by many names. Anu Padome, Anuil Sithis, Ak-El, Satak Akel, is not. Anuil is the everlasting ineffable light. Sithis is the corrupting inexpressible action. In the middle is the gray maybe. The word Nirn in the Elnifex means the gray maybe. So let's take a minute right there. So basically, the story of the very beginning of creation of the entire universe, as far as the inhabitants of Tamriel are concerned, begins with Anu and Padome. Anu being like the stasis, the null, the void, and Sithis being the change agent, the action. And when they come together, these two fundamental, utterly like enormous, basic forces of everything in the universe is defined by them. Somewhere in the infinite, like infinitely small space between them is the gray maybe, and that's where all of the rest of existence came into being. So there's lots of different names in all the different cultures for these forces. Anu Padome, Anuil Sithis, Ak-El, Satak Akel, all these things. In most cultures, Anuil is honored for his part of the interplay that creates the world, but Sithis is held in highest esteem because he's the one that causes the reaction. Sithis is thus the original creator, an entity who intrinsically causes change without design. Even the Hist acknowledge this being. The Hist are the origins of plant life on Nirn. They're basically the elder trees, and they're on a different continent, and I don't think we've ever seen them, but supposedly they existed before even elves and men. So yeah, the kind of like, in most cultures it says Anuil is honored for his part in the interplay that creates the world, right? So like human cultures, especially the Nords, honor that as sort of equal if opposing influences. But the elves, as we'll find out in a moment, just regard Anu as kind of nothingness, and Sithis, the change agent, as like the powerful one, the one worth worshiping. Basically, they're like, this guy's just kind of boring and doesn't do anything. That's his whole point, is that he does nothing. Anyway, so